Olá, muito boa tarde. O colossal testemunho de amor e serviço da irmã Ruth mudou para sempre a paisagem do Paquistão. Esta freira alemã serviu mulheres e homens e crianças que sofriam de lepra durante décadas. O centro que ela fundou continua a funcionar até hoje, atendendo pacientes independentemente da sua raça ou religião. Um documentário que mostramos hoje, em parceria com a Fundação Ajuda à Igreja que Sofre, como acontece em cada quarta-feira nestas semanas de verão.
और खिड़कियाँ वगैरह शीशे भी टूट गए, कुछ मरीज भी जख्मी हो गए। फिर हम जा के वहाँ पर मदरसों में, घरों में या जो दुकानें बड़े हैं यहाँ पर, उनको जाके बताया कि भाई हम भी इंसान हैं, आप ऐसा ना करें, हमारे को पथरा वगैरह करते हैं, हमारे मरीज भी जख्मी होते हैं और हमको भी तकलीफ़ होती है। आके ऐसा नफरत नहीं किया जाता। देखो मैंने बोला मेरी वाइफ मेरे साथ है, इस इलाके के लोग भी नहीं समझते।
ये एक खौफ है।
हाँ, खौफ
तो नहीं कहूँगा मैं इसको, ये खौफ है कि मुझे भी कहीं नहीं लग जाए।
हाँ, यही है, यही।
हालांकि डॉक्टर पाव ने पूरी जिंदगी लगा दी इस पर,
उसको कभी कोई तकलीफ नहीं हुई। डॉक्टर फोती अल्लाह जन्नत नसीब करे, उनको भी देखो सारी उम्र मरीजों के साथ रही और जो सीरियस मरीज वो करते थे तो उनके साथ वो बैठती, कभी उनको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई। तो ये तो अल्लाह की तरफ से।
इनके घर वालों ने भी आपको कहा था कि
नहीं, इनके को रिश्तेदार थे, आपका 2 टाइम रोटी है, सालना है, कुछ भी है, कपड़ा है, वो हम करेंगे, आप उनको छोड़ दो अपने लिए। तो मेरे हाथ में चाले पड़ जाते थे। तो मैं कहते ये चाले कैसे? फिर आस्ते आस्ते हाथ सुनने लगे। फिर फैक्ट्री के मालिक ने कहा कि भाई आपको ये क्या है, ये तो आपके आदमी सूझ रहे। मैं कहा सर वो बोलते हैं आपका इलाज। मैंने कहा तो गरीब लोग या तो सिविल जाएंगे या फिर जना जाएंगे। तो बोले आपको आनी बस पतल भेज दूँ। फिर मैं वहाँ से निकल आया, फिर और जगहों में गया, वहाँ भी नहीं हुआ। आखिर में जब यहाँ आए तो फिर मेरे डॉक्टर जिया साहब ने 2 साल कोर्स का है वो किया मैंने, और कोर्स करने के बाद अल्लाह का शुक्र है वो बीमारी रुक तो गई, लेकिन जो उन्होंने करना था वो जो हालत हो गई थी वो तो हो गई। अब मजीद
काम कर सकते,
हम इस मसले में रहे कि शायद ये नहीं हो।
Leprosy is a disease which starts slowly and it has a very silent start. People usually do not have any pain in the beginning, or it affects the skin and the nerves.
दुनिया
अच्छा हाँ दुनिया
दुनिया के शोर
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा
ये भी
याद है वो भी।
Disease like leprosy, which is grossly stigmatized. It's an infectious disease, but they say like 90% of human beings have natural immunity against it. So not everybody is supposed to get this disease, and it's transmitted by nasal secretions, by coughing, by sneezing, but it is after prolonged contact with an infectious person, like a person who is untreated and he has leprosy, and then his close contacts are more prone to develop this disease. The major symptom is a patch, a skin patch, which is of maybe a light or dark color, maybe reddish, maybe pale, and which is usually anesthetic, which has no sensation. So if that patch is there and it's there for more than 6 weeks, then usually we say that a person should get suspicious and the person should get himself checked for leprosy.
It was in 1960. It was definitely short of partition. Well, Dr. Pfau was on her way to India, but in those days one could not get visa so easily. So she had to come to Pakistan, and since she had her congregation sisters over here, the sisters of the Daughters of Heart of Mary, so she thought that she'll stay with them and maybe apply for the visa, and once she gets the visa, she can go to India. It happened that when she came over here, the sisters said that, why don't you join us? We are going to a leper colony and you can see our work also. So when she went over there and she saw the plight of the leprosy patients, and it was sewage water with rats, and so then the sisters asked that, Ruth, how about joining us over here and working for the leprosy patients? So she said, no, I don't think I'll be able to do this. So that night when she went to sleep, and this is what she said, that maybe she had a calling, that this is something you should do. Then the next morning when she woke up, she told the sisters, I'm willing to join your work in Pakistan.
There were no facilities for the diagnosis or treatment of leprosy patients in Pakistan. There were some hospitals, but there was no proper arrangement. So a group of sisters, nuns, they were working in a small dispensary in Karachi. They came from different continents and they spoke different languages. But for this work, they all got together. Dr. Pfau was from Germany, and there was a lady who was a pharmacist, Sister Berenice Vargas. She was from Mexico. They were joined by a nurse, Sister Janine from Belgium. And yes, in the very first few years, the first Pakistani lady doctor, Dr. Zarina, she joined the group. So it was an all-women group.
Everything else was only the outcome of that moment in the beggars' colony at McLeod Road. If I couldn't change everything, I at least wanted to share this suffering. Doing nothing seemed intolerable. I believe, or rather I know, that I am at the place where the Almighty wants me to be. Another thing is certain also. I love the people of this country, those with whom I work, my team, my boys, and all those who have devoted their lives to leprosy work. And I love my patients.
I first saw Sister Dr. Ruth Pfau about 45 years ago. I was then a theology student in the seminary in Karachi, and this young sister came with another nice young lady who was a Muslim doctor to tell us about leprosy. She said, as a doctor, my job is not just to give medicines. I have to deal with persons. And even if the person is a leprosy patient who is deformed, when you meet them, don't show that you are, at a revulsion. Just show that you are talking to a normal person. And it didn't matter to which religion you belonged. You were dealing with a human being.
You see, being a German, a female, a Catholic, coming into place where the culture, everything was different, working in a male-dominated society, where wherever she went, she was a female, and she would always take the front seat. She established a structure, and it was not only controlling leprosy, curing the patient, it was the spiritual. The scars on the soul of a person, she would heal that person. She was very much concerned about human dignity. She gave that human dignity back to the patients. If there were some human rights issues, she would address that. If there were some female rights issues, she would address that. Children issues, she would address. Infrastructure, she would take it up with the government. And they all respected her. There were some patients who were fully deformed. They don't have even limbs. And they literally have to be carried, bathed, given a bath and all this. So she felt that they need a home. because one of the saying is that everyone should look forward to times when there are no institutions, when people are rehabilitated within their own families. So we wanted to work towards, but unfortunately we are still way behind.
As far as the law was concerned, we were an established hospital. In the beginning, we didn't dare to install window panes. Everything, from stones to rotten eggs and tomatoes, was hurled through the windows. Right up to our present, we have resisted all temptations to move to the city outskirts. Our place is where the people are. And on this tiny piece of land in the very heart of downtown Karachi, a modern 8-store building has arisen. The Marie Adelaide Leprosy Center.
पट्टी भी कौन करता है ये अल्सर ज्यादा नहीं ये देखो सारा
तो इधर ड्रेसिंग कौन कर रहा है जब बगैर दाखिल नहीं होएगा तो ड्रेसिंग नहीं कर सकता है
ड्रेसिंग ऐसे खराब जब आता है तो इतना खराब होता है
हाँ
जब बात ही नहीं सुनता तो कौन करेगा तेरी ड्रेसिंग
जिया साहब को मैंने बोला वो कह रहा था जब भी आएगा ड्रेसिंग हो जाएगा
तो नीचे बोलना था ना नीचे
नीचे वो नहीं करता है पर्ची नहीं देता है वो नहीं देता है बगैर जिया
की वजह से नहीं देता
बगैर जिया साहब कोई हमारे को गोश्त भी नहीं देता है शुक्र है कि जिया साहब इधर ही
चलो अच्छी बात
She lived a very simple life, and she was always full of compassion for those in need. She would never like to say no to those coming in need. She always thought that her life and her work was not enough until the very end. She wanted to do more. Then she saw that patients were coming from all parts of the country, not just in Karachi. So she started traveling, going to other areas of the country, far off villages, mountains. And then she talked with the government to start a national program. She arranged the training of paramedical workers in Karachi, in this hospital. These workers, boys and girls, they were trained in the diagnosis and treatment of leprosy, and then they went back to their own areas.
I start work from 1980 with Dr. Pfau. My area, Paquistão, is tough area. And there is a Karachi highway up to China. And the way starting rain and snowing, tough area. Madam, there is about 10 kilometer by foot way and hilly area. But she told that I am also coming with you. We spend night in the top of mountain without any facilities, without anything to eat. So this is not one story, many difficult time. This gift from God. I don't any word to explain you about this, but this is special people, and God sending to the world to help the poor people. No other answer.
Wherever she went, it was a home. You see, for a person like me or anyone else of our team members, they would work 4 or 5 days, then they would start thinking about going back home, but not with Dr. Pfau. She would open a bag and that was it. It was a home. She was settled. And she really went to such places which were considered to be very, very dangerous. She had that conviction that whatever she is doing, no harm will come to her. She had that firm belief that our Lord looks after us. This was, I think, in 1992. It was in Gilgit. She was in a workshop with a team, and some people came with Kalashnikovs. They threatened to kill, and they pointed guns at the staff, and every time they were pointing, She came, she stood in front of them. She said, "No, you can't harm my team members." They just hit her with the butt of the Kalashnikov, and she was unconscious, and they killed 5 people, 5 of our team members. She was really devastated. It was ethnic problem between the Shia and Sunnis. And she said, if one human can take the life of another human, this is really, really sad. From where such hatred comes.
In the 90s, after the Russians came into Afghanistan, many refugees started coming into Pakistan. The fighting was going on. It was a civil war. And then doctor noticed that the number of patients coming from this mountainous area in the northwest had increased. And then they discovered that many of the refugees who were coming from Afghanistan also had leprosy. So when the fighting died down a little, she went to the president of Pakistan to ask permission to work in Afghanistan. And she said, I didn't know what to expect. And he stood up and said, yes, go ahead. And she was allowed to go into Afghanistan as a medical doctor.
Those days, she used to sit on the trucks, and she would be covered in burqa, that full covering. She would be treating patients over there, helping the team to get established. So the entire Afghan leprosy program was organized by Dr. Pfau. Wherever she went, and the Muslims also welcomed her as one of their own. When she would discuss also any topic, she would never discuss any negative things. It was always the thing that could unite us, not issues that would divide us.
If you look at it in a religious context, just as Christ went and healed the lepers, I mean, she was doing a work that was Christ-like and uniting people. If you visit the center, you will find all sorts of people. You will hear 5 or 6 languages from the different parts of Pakistan. You will find people of different religions, but they're all speaking one language, which they learned from Sister Ruth Pfau, the language of love, and the language of service, and the language of accepting one another without discrimination. And I think that was really a witness.
Pakistan, the country of mine, is a land of contrasts. Yes, I love Pakistan. I love it with every beat of my heart, with helpless pain and surging anger when I see the social injustice and the lack of concern. My place was in Karachi, the city of 13 million inhabitants, which had been brought to the edge by violence and a war among brothers.
We had controlled leprosy all over Pakistan, and Karachi, because of Karachi, we could not announce leprosy control. So she asked him that why can't we control leprosy in Karachi? He said because there are certain no-go areas and you can't approach these people and the areas, and the lives of our team members will be threatened. So she said, okay, fine. This year I will dedicate it to Karachi. And she would leave early in the morning, 7 o'clock, 7:30, and would go to the so-called no-go areas, and no one stopped her, no one threatened her, because again they knew who she was and what she's coming from. When she passed away, there was breaking news on TV and everywhere they announced, and then the media. It was not only all over Pakistan, but even international media. Like the coverage was so huge and immense. Then the government people, they started coming, practically from the Prime Minister to the President to all the services heads. They were all overawed by her personality. I remember the chief of army, he said that she was really a great human being. And what she has done for Pakistan, I don't think we will ever be able to repay. The people of Pakistan.
The government of Pakistan gave her a state funeral. Prime Minister of Pakistan, the President of Pakistan, and all the military chiefs, all saluting this woman who was a non-Muslim, who was a foreigner, who had been given Pakistani nationality by the government, who had become one of us. And everybody felt that she was ours.
Dr. Pfau, there is no such kind of word to explain you. She is our mother. She is mother of Pakistan. Just as the people are talking about Mother Teresa, we are counting Dr. Pfau, mother of Pakistan.
Somewhere in our holy books, Jesus of Nazareth, this prophet for the Muslims and this revelation of God for the Christians, somewhere said, I am the way, and follow me. I have done it. You will make it too. The Jeep got through. You will get through too, because it's me who sends you on the mission. Don't be afraid.